Hello and welcome to TVB News. I'm Melissa Hekalea, and it is 2026. Lawmakers in the 8th term Legislative Council took their oaths on New Year's Day. Chief Executive John Lee said LegCo members should represent the public sentiment and offer advice to the government. Memo Singhai reports.
The oath-taking ceremony was held at 11 a.m. It started with the playing of the national anthem. Chief Executive John Lee officiated the oaths, and senior government officials were present to witness the process. Lawmakers took their oaths in order of their seniority. Starr Lee of the DAB party was the first one to do so. Followed by Gary Chan, head of the DAB. All 40 LegCo newcomers were the last to take pledges, such as Aaron Bok, Christine Fong, and Vivian Kong. Janice Ho and Judy Chan were among the 5 members who were asked to retake the vow after Dora Wai, the LegCo Secretary General, found parts of the statement unclear. Meanwhile, Chen Wai-kwong had to take another vow after he initially forgot to raise his hand during the first time. At the end of the ceremony, the CE set his expectation for the legislators.
Patriots administering Hong Kong is more than a slogan. We have to implement this principle in everything we do. LegCo operation must stick to this constructive spirit. LegCo members should be more than just commentators. They have to represent people's sentiments. They should offer advice to the government and offer effective solutions.
Some LegCo members said they are excited about the new term and that they have a lot to do in the coming months, including the follow-up work on the Taibo fire.
I'm drafting a motion to propose the establishment of a building repair authority as a statutory body. For the old buildings, they need constant maintenance and repair. If this new building repair authority, we could be a central hub, a focal point where the authority, staffed by reputable people from different walks of life, can help out to run bids to avoid bid rigging.
The first meeting of the 8th term Legislative Council will begin at 11 a.m. on the first Wednesday after the LegCo president is elected. Memo Singhai, TVB News.
Public hospitals are increasing their fees starting today, charging $400 for non-critical patients seeking treatment at the Accident and Emergency Department. The hospital authorities said initial operations were generally smooth. Timothy Lee has more.
Stepping to midnight, Kwangwa Hospital staff held up signs reminding residents entering the Accident and Emergency Department that the new $400 fee was effective immediately for non-critical cases. A woman entered at the last moment, with the hospital authority leniently charging her the original price of $180. She said she was just trying to seek medical help and did not expect the crowd of reporters, adding that she was surprised the hospital did not ask her to pay the new $400 fee. Hospital Authority Chief Executive Dr. Libby Lee said health authorities will remain flexible in dealing with patients. Lee further said most A&E departments have been operating smoothly throughout the day, having received 35,000 applications for a fee waiver so far.
Our estimation is not 1.1 million. Our estimation is around 1.4 million of people eligible to apply for the waiver. But be honest, even you are eligible, if you are not sick, basically you do not need to apply for the waiver. For those waiver applications, they have to be HA patients. They need to seek medical advice or services from our organization.
She noted that the goal of the fee reform is to ensure that medical resources are more effectively allocated to patients who need them, and hopes that this mechanism will ensure that resources are used for patients living in poverty, in urgent need, or are critically ill. The HA chief executive said she would closely monitor the data to see if the new fees have achieved their goals. Timothy Lee, TVB News.
Ringing in 2026, various countdown and New Year's celebrations took place across Hong Kong. Even without a fireworks display, revelers weren't disappointed with a concert featuring Air Supply and a light show in Central. Samantha Lee reports.
Hong Kong's main New Year's Eve countdown event moved to Central this year. The facades of 8 landmark buildings turned into giant countdown clocks, presenting a 3-minute light show at the stroke of midnight. With the theme of New Hopes, New Beginning, the event sent blessings wishing prosperity and happiness for Hong Kong. Many families were among the crowd. This lady said they were having lots of fun, while a man said the atmosphere was vibrant as he enjoyed seeing everyone come together.
I'm out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right.
The legendary Australian band Air Supply came on stage to perform their timeless classics, including the songs Even the Nights Are Better and All Out of Love.
It felt very good.
It is quite stunning. They are international legends, said this fan Marco. The West Kowloon Cultural District was also buzzing with revelers. With energetic songs and dances. Mr. Chen said it was an incredible night, filled with music, food and drinks. Igniting the new year with a kiss.
We say goodbye to the year of the snake. Lan Kwai Fong is like the hill of like all the bars, you know, so it's classic.
It's wonderful, very friendly, very welcoming. We are lucky people. We said, let's go to Hong Kong and watch the fireworks. But it's nice anyway.
To sum up 2025, he had this to say.
Overall, very satisfied. It's been a healthy year. It's been a good year. We've made lots of friends.
Onwards and upwards, making academic progress is among the popular New Year resolutions of some.
4.5 GPA in school.
This little girl said she hopes to become the top student in her class. Finding a girlfriend tops the New Year wish list for these teens. Many restaurants and bars in the popular nightlife hub of Lan Kwai Fong roll out campaigns and discounts to attract patrons deep into the night. Samantha Lee, TVB News.
Chief Executive John Lee and the Secretary for Administration, Secretary for Justice, and Financial Secretary delivered New Year's addresses highlighting the city's unique one country, two systems principle. They also stressed authorities will continue developing the economy and improving residents' livelihoods. Speaking about President Xi Jinping's New Year's address, emphasizing Hong Kong's long-term prosperity being tied with the one country, two systems principle, the CE said the city has actively cooperated with the nation's strategic development and cemented its status as a global financial hub over the past year. He added Hong Kong must unite various sectors to showcase the city's unique advantages in tandem with the nation's implementation of the 15th five-year plan. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said in his New Year's address that Ukraine wanted the war to end, but not at any cost. This as Russian air defense units downed 3 Ukrainian drones headed for Moscow on New Year's Eve. Tracy Furness again.
This video purportedly shows a downed Ukrainian drone with a Russian soldier explaining that it is an unexploded warhead filled with high explosive elements weighing 6 kilograms. The video was provided by the Russian Defense Ministry. The soldier has his face covered, and neither the man nor the ministry provided any location or date for the video. Russian Major General Alexander Romanenkov said the map shows the Ukrainian attack was carried out in several directions towards the Russian presidential residence using 91 aerial vehicles, calling it a terrorist attack by the Kyiv regime, which was purposeful, thoroughly planned, and had an in-depth nature. Ukrainian officials have denied the allegations of an attack on Putin's lakeside country residents and called them a ruse to derail progress in peace negotiations. This as Russian President Vladimir Putin, in his New Year's address, expressed confidence in his country's eventual victory in the nearly 4-year conflict against its neighbour. He described his troops deployed in Ukraine as heroes, but he did not mention the peace negotiations.
Sein Angriffskrieg gegen die Ukraine.
German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, in his New Year's address, strongly condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine and reaffirmed Germany's support for Kyiv, saying, "This is not a distant war that does not affect us, for we are seeing ever more clearly that Russia's attack was and is part of a plan directed against the whole of Europe." Meanwhile, New Year's Eve was subdued in Kyiv's Maidan Square, with just a few cheers heard around midnight. But in Ukraine's frontline Slavyansk, residents share cautious hope for 2026 amid continued Russian shelling. This resident said, "I believe that this war must end. People want peace. Everyone is so tired of this war that they no longer have the patience to wait. That is why locals are leaving, abandoning their homes that they've lived in all their lives, and now we are left with nothing." Tracy Furness, TVB News.
Welcome back. The new phase of anti-smoking measures take effect today, further expanding the no-smoking areas and prohibiting smoking while queuing at bus stops. The fixed penalty has doubled to $3,000. The Tobacco and Alcohol Control Office said no violations have been found so far, and inspections will be intensified over the next 2 weeks. Staff from the office conducted inspections in Chimshachoy and distributed pamphlets to the public. Starting today, smoking is no longer allowed within the bus stop area. A resident said the measure is good because he's annoyed by the smell. The government and some companies are adjusting charges in the new year. Mimo Singhai reports.
Drivers should pay attention to the adjusted fixed fines for traffic contraventions. The new fixed penalty for illegal parking is $400 instead of $320. Fines for 19 traffic violations related to road safety and congestion have been increased from the range of $320 to $1,000 to $480 and $1,500. That includes speed driving and failing to comply with traffic signals. Travelers also need to beware of raised fuel surcharges. Cathay Pacific Airways has increased fuel surcharges by between $50 to $200 on its flights, depending on the distance of the journey. The Yamate section of the central Kowloon bypass opened to traffic in December without a toll, but an $8 toll will be imposed on drivers when the whole route opens in mid-2026. On the other hand, residents' electricity charges will be lowered. CLP Power will reduce tariffs by 2.6% for each unit, whereas HK Electric is set to cut theirs by 2.2%. Mimo 9, TVB News.
At least 40 people are presumed dead and about 100 injured following a fire at a Swiss Alps bar during a New Year's celebration. According to police, the fire started around 1:30 a.m. in a bar called Le Constellation in the upscale ski resort of Crans, Montana. The Italian Foreign Ministry said information from Swiss police indicated about 40 deaths, but police would not be more specific that tens at a press conference on the incident. Some of the victims are reportedly from other countries. Authorities said 10 helicopters and 40 ambulances had been mobilized. Police had earlier said many people were being treated for burns. Officials said most of those injured were in serious condition, and the Valais Hospital intensive care unit was full with patients being transferred elsewhere. Zohran Mamdani was sworn in as the mayor of New York, making him the city's first Muslim leader. Daniel Rao tells us more.
Zohran Mamdani, a Democrat, was sworn in as the first Muslim leader of the US's biggest city, placing his hand on the Quran as he took his oath.
I, Zohran Kwame Mamdani, do solemnly swear
that
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Charter of the City of New York,
and the Charter of the City of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
the
duties of the office of
the
Mayor of the City of New York, according to the best of my ability. So help me God.
Thank you so much for everyone for being here. Happy New Year to New Yorkers, both inside this tunnel and above. And I cannot wait to see everyone tomorrow as we begin our term. This is truly the honor and the privilege of a lifetime.
Mamdani now begins one of the most unrelenting jobs in US politics as one of the country's most watched politicians. In addition to being the city's first Muslim mayor, Mamdani is also its first of South Asian descent and the first to be born in Africa. At 34, Mamdani is also the city's youngest mayor in generations. In a campaign that helped make affordability a buzzword across the political spectrum, the Democratic Socialists promised to bring transformative change with policies intended to lower the cost of living in one of the world's most expensive cities. Mamdani inherits a city on the upswing after years of slow recovery from the COVID pandemic. Violent crime has dropped to pre-pandemic lows. Tourists are back. Unemployment, which soared during the pandemic years, is also back to pre-COVID levels. Yet, deep concerns remain about high prices and rising rents in the city. He'll also have to deal with Republican U.S. President Donald Trump. During the mayoral race, Trump threatened to withhold federal funding from New York City if Mamdani became mayor and mused about sending in the National Guard. But Trump surprised supporters and foes alike by inviting the Democrat to the White House for what ended up being a cordial meeting in November. LegCo TV News.
That's the news. Happy 2026, and the World Review 2025 is up shortly. See you then.